You ain't even on me. Yeah. Fall back too close. You ain't even on me. Trust my brothers from way back from the north. It's the and the old. Spend it like they owe me. Gotta stay select. Don't come out on me. Better come correct. Different lives that we lead. I'm in the Nike check. And I'm back in Louis V. Truth on the Muppets, lights don't make no sense, pop up for a minute, I swap on my whip, Benzes and BMs, lights don't make no sense, falling, fall back too close, you ain't even on me, trust my brothers from way back from the north, it's the and the order, spend it like they owe me.
What's up? Welcome back to Cooking with AJ. Decided to do a little something different. Well, some of you that follow me on social media may have seen my sausage and potato recipe, where it's just really simple. Sausage, potatoes, onions, cheese, really simple. Loved by my children, love it because it's all components that they like. So I figured tonight I just want to do kind of like a chill stream. Hey, it's really stormy outside, and if you're from Arizona, these windstorms can be really, really scary because you're hearing things. It's almost like a tornado kind of wind outside, man. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know if this stream is actually going to stay live. I'm not sure if the lights are going to go out because, has been some talk of that too. So we'll see. But hopefully I'll be able to finish everything quickly enough as the title suggests. And then we'll go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do, I got some canola oil right here. I'm going to put a nice amount in my, because I am going to be cooking about 8 potatoes and a whole thing of sausage. So 1 big swirl. So it's going to cover, it's definitely going to cover the bottom of your pan. But if you're measuring it, it's going to come up maybe like on the 1-inch line of your finger. Okay? So plenty of oil. And you also want to go ahead and get that started. All right. I'm going to put that on like a medium-high heat because I do want to cut my potatoes. Get those started as well. So I'm using some regular white potatoes. These were kind of small, so I decided, I'll take these, maybe quarter these. Maybe cut them smaller depending on, I actually may cut them smaller. Maybe like a little larger than a dice. Because I do want us to be able to have a nice amount and then even have leftovers. So I wash these off very, very well. Scrub them very, very well. And I'm going to actually keep the skin on these because there's a lot of nutrients in the skin itself. So basically just getting all my potatoes cut. And I'm going to show you how small I'm going to cut them. And you want to try to get your potatoes as uniform as possible so they can all cook at the same time. So you see this? That's what I'm going for. Now, if you have a good recipe that you want to share with me, always put it in the comments of your favorite video. And you can either tell me how to make it, or you can just ask me to make it and I'll just look up the recipe myself and I'll be happy to do that for you. But I figure something like this is nice and simple. It'll feed a lot of people, and it's good stuff. So I'm going to start adding my potatoes to my oil. Starting to thunder, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. Again, the last time one of these storms happened, the lights went out. So hopefully I'll be able to finish before we'll have a hot meal before any of that happens. But yeah, I like cooking dishes like this because it's easy, number one. It's something that if you have very picky eaters, like my children are a little picky, so they like the simple stuff. They like the anything with cheese, you know, French fries. So I'm like, how can I make this same stuff for them that they want me to go out and buy, like from McDonald's or something like that, and make it taste good for them to actually enjoy at home? So this was definitely one of those recipes. They love rice too. So a lot of times I make like little rice bowls, put like a lot of protein in there, some steak or chicken, whatever I have left over. Get you some rice, get you some vegetables, and chop it up in there. You are in there. It doesn't take long. Like I'm almost done with all these potatoes as I'm talking to you, you know. And so what we're going to do after we get these potatoes all cut up and partially cooked, then we're going to add some onion. Got the onion right here. Going to add that whole thing because again, I do have quite a bit of potatoes, and I want to make sure there's a little bit of onion in almost every bite. Your larger potatoes, instead of cutting it in half, you can actually cut those in thirds, and then you can chop them up. So like I said, it's going to be a little bit bigger than a dice would be because you want to be able to grab it with a fork, you know. Yeah, it's starting to cook up very nicely now. Because I'm starting to add my potatoes, it's going to cool down this oil, so I'm going to turn up the oil a little bit. So it's going to be a little bit higher than medium high heat. Your oven, your stovetop may be different. So just make sure that it's not, crazy hot when you're adding this stuff because potatoes are wet. Anytime you introduce something wet to oil, it will flare up if you're not careful. So that's why I start slow and low, and then as you add more, you can increase the heat and to cut down on those flare-ups. Okay, last potato. And if you do, like while you're cutting your potatoes and you notice that there's little bad parts like this, just cut it off. That does not mean that the entire potato is bad. Oh my gosh, I gotta throw away this whole thing. No, just cut that off and you're just fine. Now, if more of the potato is like that, like if you have various spots of your potato that's like that, and then it's starting to kind of go into the potato, I wouldn't eat it. Anything you question in your kitchen as far as the freshness is concerned, if it smells off, if it feels off, don't eat it. What you don't want is any sicknesses off of something you ate. All right, so all my potatoes are in. Get my spatula here. Start tossing the potatoes in there. Make sure all your potatoes are nice and coated with oil. Just like that. And if they're still kind of together, just kind of break them up in there. Make sure everything gets a little bit of that oil attention. Now, you can shortcut this even more. And you can partially cook your potatoes first. So sometimes what I like to do is put all of my potatoes in my air fryer and let it cook. Let me turn this up a little bit. Put them all in my air fryer and then I let it cook for about maybe 30 minutes so they're not all the way done. And then you take them out, cut them up, then you put them in there and let them finish cooking. Not only is it soft and tender in the middle, but it's really crispy on the outside. All right. Now, it is onion time. So, I'm going to get my onion taken care of here. Now, for those that don't like onions, you can definitely do this dish without it. If you don't like the taste of raw onion, you can definitely do onion powder or granulated onion instead of. But it's something about having that onion flavor with potatoes that just brings it home. So even if you just use a little bit of onion, I think it'll be totally worth it. It kind of reminds me when I make stuff like this. It kind of reminds me of the Waffle House because I'm actually from Georgia. And we used to go to the Waffle House whenever my mom did cooking, or just as a little treat sometimes. And it was crazy because I would always get, it's called, I mean, they're hash browns, but they're scattered, smothered, covered in chunks. So it's usually scattered over the grill, covered with cheese, chunked with ham and onions and stuff like that. But you can get it chopped. I mean, you can get it topped with like chili and cheese and all other jalapenos. I actually like to add the jalapenos too. Um, but it's actually pretty good. So when I'm making dishes like this, it kind of reminds me of it. And the only real time you're spending here is just the chopping of the vegetables. Now you could go to the store and get these all that was close. Um you could go in, turn it down just a little bit. You could go in and get these yourself, right? Or chopped up already. I wouldn't do that. I mean, it takes a little bit of time, but it's gonna be worth it. And the money that you save by just doing it yourself, because I remember getting those little chopped up vegetables just because it was convenient. But I'm like, okay, if a normal onion is 50 cents, why am I paying you $2.89 just for onions that's already chopped? And all you did was take that same onion that I was gonna buy and cut it up for it. Crazy. All right, got my onions. Now my onions are kind of like a thick chop, just like I did with the potatoes. Show you those. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and add these so they're cooked together. All right, dope. And I also have some green onions too. I'm gonna chop up, put them in there too. But I'm gonna go ahead and let these bad boys cook together. And I'm gonna let you know what seasonings I'm gonna use for these potatoes. Now, keep in mind, everybody cooks differently. Just because you see I'm doing it a certain way, you don't have to do it this way. But this is gonna be like the basic way in order to make a quick dish. And it's cheap too. Like I bought 2 bags of potatoes for like $5. They were on sale. So I already made mashed potatoes with 1 whole bag. And that was enough to last me for a while with them. And then this is half a bag basically of the potatoes. So it yields a lot. We're gonna probably be eating this for dinner and for breakfast tomorrow. When I get these high ass eggs I just bought. Oh my god. So all right, so we're gonna let this cook down some more. Get nice and brown. I'm gonna go ahead and cut up my green onions. Rinse these off. Man, you better make sure that you're washing off your stuff. Now, I remember back in the day how you sneak little grapes when you're in the store. You might grab one just to taste. Maybe you grab a little something off the, fresh rack just to chase it to see if it was actually fresh. It was okay to do that. But now, with everybody sneezing and coughing and all of this stuff and not washing their hands, I would advise you to wait until you get home and call them and let them know it was bad if it was. Because I remember my dad back in the day used to give us the grapes, like out the bag, but it was, you felt safe back then. Now, absolutely not. So just make sure, I said all that to say, make sure you wash them, even these off. Anything that you get from the store, especially if it's fresh and it's been exposed to other people, the best bet is to wash it. Because you don't know what has happened before you walked in that building. You don't know what happened right before you even got to that spot. Somebody could have sneezed and coughed and it's all over that stuff and you didn't wash it. Now you got whatever they got. No, it's not worth it. Not worth it. All right, right now I am cutting up my green onions to go in last along with my cheese once these are nice and done. And then I'm going to get my sausage. I got some just regular beef smoked sausage from Hillshire Farms. Just one little link. It's going to feed everybody in my house for the night and tomorrow. All right, so and I did take the liberty of cooking my sausage a little bit. So I'm gonna let these cook down a little bit more before I actually add the sausage to it. But here are my green onions I'm gonna add at the top, along with the cheese. Clean up my area a little bit. Oh, I see it coming. Let me see. Look at this. What's up, BJ? You skillet frying them or smothering those potatoes? I am skillet frying them, love, and I did smother them with some onions. So it's kind of like the same thing, basically. I'm skillet frying them first. Once, if there's any excess oil that I don't need, I'm going to pour that off. And then once everything is done, I'm going to top it with the green onions and my cheese blend and kind of let it melt over the top and then just serve it like that, bro. That's it. Good to see you, honey. Uncle Ty, what's up? What's up? That looks like it's going to be good, man. And it's cheap, too. I'm telling you. Whenever you don't feel like um cooking a whole lot, you don't have to, you know? All right. So, as I was saying before, I did have my sausage already cooked in my air fryer a little bit. This is dangerous. Don't do that, y'all. Do not have your oil next to a fire, burning stove top, because you will set yourself on fire. All right. So here's your sausage. Now, what I'm going to do, slice this bad boy up. Wait till my potatoes. Wait till my potatoes and my onions get cooked down a little bit more. Then I'm going to add the sausage to that. That's going to lend some flavor to everything else. Should be good. One pot meals is always win. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Especially when you busy and you or busy or lazy or whatever, you know. You just want to be able to kind of put it all in, let it all get done, serve it all in the same pot if you want to, you know, and call it a day. Now, if you want to add more flavor to it, for all my fans that love heat, you can add some fresh jalapenos to this. It'll give it a really nice kick. I'm actually going to add some red pepper flakes to this as well, because I do like a little bit of heat, but nothing that's going to kick my ass too much, you know. All right, so the potatoes are coming along beautifully. Let me show you. I don't know if y'all can see this, but you see how golden brown these are becoming? I'm gonna let them get a little bit darker than this. Yeah, I know it's hot, guys. Ow. There we go. Now, see, they're at this stage now, and I kind of want to tell you this just because you might be trying to cook this at home. So when you first put them in there, of course, they're kind of hard against the spatula, right? But now they're starting to get soft. And at this point, you want to go ahead, cut your sausage up and add it, because it's soft now, so that means the potatoes are going to cook. In a little bit, that means the potatoes are going to start getting really brown, and then they're going to go from brown to burnt very quick. So I can feel that they're soft. They're softening up, even though they're not as brown as I want them yet. I'm going to give them a good turn. And then I'm going to add my sausage. The reason I have not seasoned it yet, because I know some of you might be a little bit worried. Let me see. I'm just making some sausage and peppers, Italian sausage, red sauce, peppers, and onions. That's right, man. Oh, man. That actually sounds good. That might be my next one I do. I haven't had sausage and peppers in a long time. But the reason that I'm adding the sausage at this point, again, is to make sure this sausage is quite salty, and I'm trying not to over season my food. It's going to be seasoned, but it's not going to be salty. So take your sausage. You can cut them up, nice little rounds like this. The thinner you make, the more you have, so the more you can incorporate and stretch it through your dish. Of course, the thicker you have it, the less you have. I'm going to try to go for the thinner slices because I want every bite to pretty much have some sausage into it. And again, this is just Hillshire Farms beef smoked sausage. I like the smoked sausage because it is a little bit salty. So that would keep me from adding too much salt in the end. But you can use whatever sausage you want. I use beef. You can use pork. You can use whatever sausage you want. Some people like using chicken sausage. So as long as it's flavorful, because remember, whatever you're putting in here is going to add to these flavors, these natural flavors that you're doing. So whatever sausage you like. I remember in Chicago, they had these hot links. Oh man. Mm. Those beef hot links are so good. Like I just literally had a moment right there. And it was sent to us, and I'm telling you, when you cook those bad boys in the oven and they get nice and crispy, and then you put some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on it, bought a whole case, damn near gone that night. I'm telling you, you can't. You just get you a nice flavorful sausage, or if you feel really adventurous, you can make your own sausage, which is probably cheaper, but you can make a lot more of it than what they sell you in the store, and you can spice it up the way you want to. All right. Looks like my potatoes are cooking up very nicely. I'm gonna give this another stir. Turn them. All right, add my sausage. You ever drop the sausage on the floor and it just hurt your heart? I didn't just do that, but I'm just saying, like, you be adding stuff to the pan and you like, yeah, I got it, I got it, I got it. And then it just hit the floor. Mm. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. All right, so I'm separating up my sausage now. Incorporating the sausage into the potatoes so they can go ahead and start lending their flavors too. So just as a little recap for those that are just now joining, first of all, welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I am making sausage and potatoes with onions. I'm going to season them up very nicely. And basically that's it. It's sausage, potatoes, and 2 different types of onions and cheese. I'm going to be using like a combination of like, it's just mixed cheese, but you can keep it specific or you can change it up, whatever you want. I just like the different combination of the cheddar. I think it's like cheddar and Colby Jack and something else. I like those flavors. So it's coming along good, y'all. Again, make sure your sausage is kind of in the oil so we can start seasoning that oil. So when you flip them again, all those seasonings is going to be there. Now, I'm going to be using some chicken bouillon. I just love this on potatoes. I always have. I don't know why. Italian seasoning, because it has a whole bunch of different things. So you got your marjoram, oregano, thyme, rosemary, savoy, basil, and sage. While this is cooking, that's another thing. You should probably start looking at the ingredients of these stuff, because a lot of times you go to the store and you buy all these different ingredients separate. You may need them to be separate in certain things, but if you use a lot of like herbs, or if you made like herb potatoes, or if you just use a lot of herbs anyway, just get like these seasoning blends because it pretty much has everything you need. I'm going to be adding some paprika, some garlic powder, black pepper, and red pepper flakes. Let's see. I'm tuned into the greatest cooking show. I'm trying, man. One day I want to make it big. Got a box of links in the freezer. Come on, man. Why you say that? Man, I want some. I can't get none. I know that they would taste really good with the mambo sauce. The Capital City mambo sauce, the hot one. The mild one is like ketchup. I mean, it's cool if you like having it with fries, but those beef sausage links from Chicago with that mambo sauce, the spicy, oh my stars. Or if you get some Sweet Baby Ray's, the spicy, sweet and spicy one, man, you better move your fingers because you're probably going to wind up nibbling on them. All right, these are coming along great. They're getting up nice and brown, like I like it. I'm thinking about doing tacos tomorrow. It was either that or frying some fish, but I hadn't decided which one. I mean, normally on Friday you fry fish, but I don't know. I hadn't really decided which one I really wanted to do. I had a craving for both of them. Like I could just do fish tacos and call it a day. You got a little best of both worlds. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Now, since they're almost done, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my seasonings. So I don't typically measure. I just typically go and just garnish the whole top with everything. Unless it's pepper, I tend to go a little bit easy on my pepper and my salt, just because I don't want it. You can't take salt out if you over salt something. You can't take pepper out if you make it too hot. So I just do like a light sprinkling, let it all cook down, then I taste it. It tastes like it needs more. Got it. I can add more, but I can't take it away. So fried fish sounds fire. Man, I have not had fried fish in a minute, bro. Hard to compete with Chicago food. Spicy mumbo sauce is awesome. Yes, sir. And if you take some of that spicy mumbo sauce and you add a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce to it too, man, make you some hot wings with that mumbo sauce and that Louisiana, and you put a little bit of butter in it, bro. Whoever you cooking for, they're gonna lose their mind. Tell me. And the only reason why I know a lot of these flavors and a lot of this stuff is because I worked at restaurants. I worked in the restaurant industry for a very long time. It was like 16 years. So I got a chance to manage. I got a chance to work in the kitchen, actually work shifts as a chef, and as a line cook. When I tell you that respect to anybody that's a line cook, that's in that profession. It's always hot. You can barely go to the restroom because orders keep flying in, I'm gonna actually do a show about that one day. Just my experiences as a restaurant server, because that was crazy. All right, so that was the Italian seasoning. I'm adding my chicken bouillon, so I'm gonna be a little careful with this again. If you look at contents of whatever you're sprinkling on your food, the very first thing is what is going to be at least half or more than half of what this jar contains. In this case, it's salt. So that means I don't have to add any more salt to this. This is going to be my salt. But it also has other flavors in there, like turmeric for the color, onion powder, garlic powder, that kind of thing. And I just put some in the cap again. Season it now. I'm going to taste it. And if I need more, I'll add more. I love adding paprika. And you can see, obviously, I love adding because it's almost done. But paprika adds a nice little smoky flavor to whatever you're cooking and a beautiful color to it. Yep. Black pepper. Again, kind of go a little light on it because you can add more pepper, but you can't take it out. Last thing is garlic powder. Nope. The children like garlic, but not as much, so that's why they put that much in there. But yeah, I did just buy some flounders, so I think I'm going to probably do some fried fish. All right, so you want to go ahead and incorporate these into your potatoes. And you're still going to have some oil in there. That's perfectly fine because you're seasoning that oil too. So as your potatoes and everything is cooking, those seasonings are also going to cook into the potatoes and everything too. So you're going to be good to go. And I did basic seasonings. Of course, you can add as much or as little as you like, whatever suits you. It's just like fancy fries with some sausage on the side. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you like. Okay. So now they're starting to get golden brown. So I'm going to get my cheese out. I'm probably going to let this cook for another couple minutes. Flip them and then drain the excess oil off. You know what? I can actually do that right now. Got me a little oil pan here. Okay. There we go. So I drained all of that excess oil out of it. And I'll show you that in a second. Good thing about that oil that I just used, right? So you know, Big Mama, Grandmama, she used to reuse her oil. She taught me that certain things you can definitely reuse your oil for, especially if you're going to be making the same thing tomorrow. You're going to be heating up something. These potatoes are going to be heated up tomorrow, right? So I'm going to use this oil that I just poured off of them to kind of bring them back to life. Just sprinkle a little bit over and put it in my air fryer for like 2 minutes. Done. You know, even with the cheese in there, you can still kind of heat it up the way you need to. I just put a little bit of oil over everything, honey, and keep because it's all gonna go down the same way. It's just gonna be a little bit easier to, I guess. But that's just for when you're reheating it. You can also save your oil, your seasoned oil, because now it does have all those seasonings that I put in with the potatoes. If you're making some more potatoes, bam, you already got some oil to start with. Or if you wanted to, even with fish, like I'm going to be probably doing some fish tomorrow. If you know that you're going to be making fish that next day, you want to take that oil and you put it in like a coffee can and you seal it. I know that's old school, but you find a way, either a coffee can or like even like a container after it cools, and seal it. You can reuse that oil, because I just spent like about $7 for that little oil right there, you know. So if I can get like 2 uses out of it, I can do that. All right, y'all, it's looking good. And we're pretty much good to go. I'm going to take some of it, get my cheese. Yeah, so this is oh, it's more than cheese in it. Okay, so it's the Fiesta blend cheese, and it is finely shredded Monterey Jack, cheddar, queso quesadilla, and another one that I can't say right now. I'm not getting ready to butcher that name right now. All right, so getting that opened up. Got my green onions. So before I add the cheese, I'm gonna add my green onions and toss it. It will be good to go, y'all. I'm gonna taste it first. I heard somebody in the back say, "Please taste your food." I heard it. Now I don't know if you guys can see this, how brown it looks, but potatoes nice and brown. Sausage is brown in there. The onions got that nice translucent color on them. It's about that time, but let me taste it first. That wind is still kicking out there too. Woo, woo. Mm, mm. So I know I needed a little bit more salt off the rip, so I'm putting that much in there. Sprinkling off the top. That is pretty much all I need, because I tasted all the other flavors that I was looking for. The Italian, all of the other seasonings, pepper. I got that in there. Now I'm going to add my green onions. And that was like 2 stalks of green onions I just cut up. Move this around. Get everything, including my spices that I just added, all mixed together. Ooh, that smells good. As soon as you add that green onion, it's like a nice springtime smell. That is dope. That is dope. Okay. All right. Boom. Boom, 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 honey. So now we add the cheese. Let it melt. Are we good to go, y'all? I'm gonna add a lot of cheese. Don't judge me. You can add as much or as little as you want, but I'm gonna put this whole half bag in there. Not whole, but half of this bag is going on top of this. Boom. Yes. All right. So I got these potatoes and sausage that I'm gonna be serving with this nice salad. The salad that I made earlier with just a real simple lettuce, tomatoes, and carrots. I didn't have any cucumber. I meant to pick some up when I was at the store. So now you can feel the heat on this because everything's pretty much done. And you're just waiting for that cheese to melt. Then you can serve it up and you'll be good to go. Good to go. Let's see if anybody else said anything. Yep, looking really good. Good, man. I'm glad you like it. Glad you are enjoying it. So yeah, it's gonna probably take maybe 2 minutes for this cheese to kind of melt on there. Now, if I had a top that was big enough, the circumference is big enough to cover this whole thing, it would have been melted. But unfortunately, I don't have a top this large, so just gotta wait. Yes, I did forget the cucumber, man. I don't know why. I just was like, hey, and I wasn't turning around in this storm out here where I literally see palm trees leaning over. No, I'm not going out there. It's just gonna be a cucumberless salad, bro. We're not doing that. All right, y'all. So this is what it looks like. Oh man, I wish I could get a better angle of that for you guys. But everything melted pretty much, except a couple parts in the middle. But this is what it looks like, and all you do, grab you a nice spoon or whatever you have. In this case, I have this bad one. Get you some and watch the cheese pull. Y'all watch the cheese. Can y'all see it? Gotta get the cheese pull. Y'all see that cheese? Yep. Yep. Right there. Mm-hmm. Because this is just a taste. I'm gonna get down after I, end this live, but just a taste. And this is hot. You saw me burn my lips earlier, so I'm gonna be a little bit more cautious this time. Got it. Too excited. All right, so got a little bit of everything. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Y'all can come on down. I mean, come on down. I'll make you a plate. I promise you. All right, got a little bit of onion, got some cheese on that thing. Both types of onions and some sausage. Mm. 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 All I can say is that I wish you were here. I wish you were here to enjoy this meal with me because it was absolutely easy, fun, and it tastes amazing. It's going to be filling because it's potatoes, the sausage, help keep you thick if you're already thick. I got some salad to kind of balance out the flavors to get some freshness in there. I'm going to use a little bit of ranch on that. And I'm going to be good to go. But I want to thank you for joining me for this little live stream I decided to put together. I'm probably going to be doing a little bit more of these in the future. It's going to be on YouTube, and I'm also going to be doing them on TikTok as well. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there. But again, thank you for joining me. Um, but it's time to eat, y'all. And if you want to play, y'all go ahead. You know where I am. Mm, mm.
I'm scared to leave you, but I know I need to. I know I need to. I'm scared to leave you, but I know I need to. I know I need to. I know I need to. I need to set you free. Move on with your life, just let you be. Holding hands in the back of an SUV. Ain't nobody else like an SUV for you. I bleed for you. I'm on 10, fuck that, 15 for you. I love you, but I love my freedom too. I know what I must do, but I'm really just scared to leave you. But I know I need to. I know I need to. I know I need to. I need to set you free. Move on with your life, just let you be. Holding hands in the back of an SUV. And ain't nobody else like an SUV for you. I bleed for you. I'm on 10, fuck that, 15 for you. I love you, but I love my freedom too. I know what I must do, but I'm really just scared to leave. I wanna be alone more than ever. Less free time, more endeavors. Less romance, more get cheddar. Some say both, I'm more instead of. We've been better, I can't afford any more vendettas. Some feed off it, I'm more get fed up. Some sheep-esque, I'm more trendsetter. I can't adore any more antennas. I'm overly in tune, I'm overstimulated, I'm over me and you. I'm overeating too, I'm drinking again. I'm outside the house, I'm linking with friends. You found me at the end of peaking. And since my love is dried up like ink in this pen, and now that I'm thinking again, I'm not scared to leave you. Cause I know I need to. I know I need to. I know I need to. I'm not scared to leave you, cause I know I need to. I know I need to. I know I need to. I need to set you free.